I think it made a bit of difference. It's funny. Yeah, no, it's interesting.
Let me ask you a question. If you were
Mhm.
to imagine that you've integrated these statements like fully, like you've understood them to the depth of
Mhm.
your soul, what advice, imagine this is you in 10 years, what advice would that person have to you now?
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
Yeah, which is kind of like we spoke on this last time. It was about how like when I had a coach previously, and I was in that like obsession about controlling things and
Mm,
whatever, and he just said just spend this month doing what you want to do, and we had like the best month ever. So I kind of yeah, I know that to be somewhat true deep
mm,
down already.
mm.
Clearly, when you've clearly built something like amazing, and have you done that through more the like going with the flow way, or are you still?
I can give you my opinion in a second.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, I'd love to hear your insights on it. And again, I'd
mm.
love to hear your insights from like, let's say just like future you. Actually, let's say,
Well, he's clearly going with flow.
clearly go with the flow. Does he ever, you've listened to Green Lights, right? Does he
Yeah,
ever say no? Does he ever fight? Does he ever like what's
my recall from reading is never as great as I would like it to be. But I think there was like if stuff felt really wrong, he would kind of change direction. From memory, his default position was one of like openness. I mean, there was the bit where he was like trying to move from rom com McConaughey to like serious actor McConaughey,
yeah.
uh, and that was when he started saying no to all the opportunities that were flowing his way because he was kind of deliberately.
Mm,
But I think that was because the rom com angle like felt wrong to him, and it felt like
mm,
he was kind of underselling himself. So I guess that wasn't really go with flow. That
mm.
was like that was diverting the flow.
I love that diverting the flow, right? So he didn't work for almost 4 years. Said no to, I think at one point, an $18 million film. 18 million. I've decided I'm not going to do that. I
Yeah,
do not want to be that guy anymore, right? He started dipping into his savings, which he never thought he'd do. He was a very wealthy man. Suddenly it was like, oh shit, 3.5 years in. This is a little bit tight. Alice Buyers Club didn't
yeah,
get funding.
yeah.
It was rejected. He had to put some funding in. Almost didn't get made,
Yeah, they made it in 90 days or even less.
right?
But yeah.
Mm. So he went with the flow, but there's
Mm.
also some fight there, right?
Yeah,
So it's not quite as simple as we just go with the flow or we don't go with the flow.
yeah,
Our mind wants it to be simple,
yeah,
right? Hence the question. Should I always just go with the flow? There's something about the brain that craves the answer. Give me the answer.
yeah,
And there's something within the doing that is complex, balanced,
yeah.
you know.
So I take it that's your response as well. You went with the flow and we're we're forced direction at times.
Right. So, uh, for me, I started off saying, I joked that I was retired. I
Mm.
sold Pollinate. I started working 2 days a month, 2 days a month for a year. And I was like, I'm going to build another startup. And then more work started coming my way. And I was like, I'm really enjoying this. And then I was like, okay, I got more work than I can handle. So I doubled my prices. And then I was like, okay, this is a craft. I'm going to do it for a few years and I'm going to focus on it and be really good at
Mm.
it. Was it going with the flow? I don't know. It was certainly green lights, right? So I
Yeah.
really love that concept of green lights. Now, I put effort into my craft. I do a lot
Mm.
of training. I read a lot of books. I try and be the best I can possibly be. Is it going with the flow? Is it not? I really like two stories I like, and we're almost going out of coaching here, but two stories
Mm.
I like. One is I had one of my parents' friends who's an artist who said, life is half floating and half swimming. If you just float with the current, you will never really get anywhere. You'll just float around, blah, blah, blah. But if you're always swimming, including against the current, you'll probably drown. So life is half floating, half swimming.
That's a great quote.